Forms of energy. We're continuing on at the bottom of page 26. When doing work, energy is changed. Energy can exist in various forms and can be transferred from one form to another when used. The different forms of energy are listed below. We're going to go through the different types of energy and their subcategories, starting off with potential energy. Potential energy is stored energy. This energy can later be transformed and used as another form of energy. Stored energy can be of three different types. The first one being chemical potential energy. This is the energy stored in chemicals. Examples of objects which contain stored energy include, can you think of three examples? The first hint is in the pictures. Batteries are a store of chemical energy. Fuel is another store of chemical energy which we use for cars or other vehicles. And the fuel for our own body, food. All of these are energy that is stored in chemicals. For the energy in these three examples to be released, there has to be some form of chemical reaction. The second type of potential energy, elastic potential energy. Going on to page 27. This is the energy stored in elastic objects, which can be stretched or compressed. For example, a rubber band and a spring both contain elastic potential energy because both of them can be stretched and can be compressed. The third type of potential energy is called gravitational potential energy, sometimes referred to as GPE for short, because gravitational potential energy is too long of a word. This is the energy gained by objects which are raised above the ground. Objects can have gravitational PE because work is being done against weight. The second type of energy after potential energy is kinetic energy. This is the energy that an object has because it is moving. The heavier the object and the faster it moves, the more kinetic energy it has. Next type, heat energy. This is the energy possessed by an object which is hot. The energy is transferred from the heat source to the atoms inside the object. And so, heat energy is also known as thermal energy. Next type of energy, sound energy moves through the air and other objects by means of movement of particles when a source makes a sound. We'll be learning more about sound in later topics. But basically, a sound is simply a vibration in air, for example. Next up, light energy. All light around us, whether natural or artificial, is a form of energy. So whether the light is coming from the sun, so a natural light, or artificial is anything that is man-made. So it can come from your television, it can come from a bulb, it can come from street lights, anything that is man-made. Those are still giving off light energy. When a plant absorbs light, it converts it into chemical energy, from where it obtains its nutrients. Now, those of you that have biology might have heard of this. The others, not necessarily. It's still a common thing to hear. Plants do what we call photosynthesis, which means they grab carbon dioxide from the air, which is a gas that we've previously already discussed, and they take water, and when they receive sunlight, the light energy, they are able to turn it into oxygen and glucose, which happens to be the food, let's call it food, that the plants require for them to grow. So basically, that is why without sunlight, something that we've already discussed even in the previous topic, without sunlight, plants will not be able to grow. Electrical energy. This is energy in the form of flowing electrons. Electrical energy has several uses in modern day life. I'm sure you can mention 100 objects you have in your own home that use or require electricity for them to work. Lastly, last type of energy, again, something we have already discussed a bit, we have nuclear energy. This is the energy contained inside the nuclei, which is the plural of a nucleus, the energy contained inside the nuclei of atoms, which is why things that use nuclear energy are sometimes referred to as atomic. Best example is nuclear bombs, sometimes even referred to as atomic bombs. It is because they used this energy that is contained inside atoms.